Hey, what's up? This is Amazing React back with another video on my channel. Today's video is the deserved end of FaZe Clan. So I'll check it out. I do know a little bit about this. I think it was something about a new guy took over new management and he was implementing things that they didn't like, causing all of them to leave. So hopefully this video go a little bit more into detail and let me know what's going on. So if you enjoy content like this, make sure you like and subscribe and let's go.
Over the past few days, FaZe Clan has completely fallen apart. Not only has their reputation been completely destroyed by people like FaZe Banks, but all the most popular and oldest members have officially left the team, leaving the group with literally nobody. It's
Yeah,
hard
I
to
heard
believe
everyone
that
left.
2 year streaming org of the year would fall apart as quickly as it did, with even Adapt, a 14-year member,
Matter of fact, didn't they just get Org of the Year?
which was surprising for not only new fans but also old ones. And this proves that there had to have been something seriously wrong with how FaZe was being ran to lead to the entire roster.
I to be honest, I don't know. It says the deserved end, like they did something wrong. But I never really watched their streams, but I would see their clips all the time. I thought their clips was always funny, especially Adapt. Like Adapt, and he would do like the wildlife stuff with Maya. I know that stuff was funny. Your Rage. I see some of his collabs. Lacey Run. I like a lot of their stuff that they do. A lot of the clips that they did. I would see those all the time. So it was a surprise. I mean, they won Org of the Year 2 times, so you would think everything was going good.
Sir leaving. And it all stems back to Blackboy Max, the person who initially left New Phase a few months
Oh
ago.
yeah, that's right. I used to like his
Originally, most
clips
people
too.
thought that it was just an ego thing, as right as he left, he would move into his own house
Oh, he was
and
just the first one off
become
the
a
ship.
completely new group.
But if he was the first one out, he should have told them like, "Hey, something ain't right. I'm gone." Maybe that was the warning signal. Like, maybe that's the reason why they left. They was like, "Yo, we already seen one person can do it." Because I don't think like he still was like big even after leaving.
He formed. However, that assumption couldn't have been more wrong. Max was
Oh,
alive to explain his side of the story and to expose the many reasons why he left the team.
I'm not even going to specifically name names because if he was there, he was there. It's not the most big deal. But we had a sponsor for that day, and niggas didn't end up doing the sponsor game night. Yes, if he was there before.
mm-hmm.
Niggas didn't end up doing the sponsor. There was difficulties with the sponsor. Yeah. After that happened, according to the assistants and staff of the creators, they said that FaZe has pulled everybody for the rest of the month and sent niggas home early. Right? This is the first time in my head I went, huh, how much control do we have here? And how much control do niggas have over us?
There have been rumors spreading around that FaZe was trying to sign these
But all I'm saying, isn't it more on the sponsors for leaving? Like,
creators to an 80-20 deal, which you think is something that they should have signed when they initially joined the team, not after a year and a half of being in it. And especially after many of these
also, they were in there with no contract.
reached the highest point of their entire careers. And yes, they do get to live in luxury houses practically rent free,
So what?
brand deals and
Oh,
sponsorships, their collab streams paid for, and much more. However, they're making so much money, it's not even worth them staying on the team if now they're going to have to give up a
yeah,
large percentage of their revenue. And they're at the point where 20% of their revenue isn't just like $10,000 anymore, which is still a lot of money,
yeah.
but it's like $100 to $200,000 for most of them. All assuming that this rumor of them taking money from the members is actually true. Max would even state that they all signed documents whenever they joined FaZe, saying that there are certain things that they can't talk about. And I wouldn't be surprised if this entire theory
That's
is in
weird
the
though.
realm of possibilities.
Yeah.
So wait, did the contract say like, hey, we gonna take 20% and you guys won't have to pay for like collabs and rent and stuff like that? Or did they just do a handshake and say, yeah, 80-20, we'll get at you later? Because if so, then that's just bad business. Like they should have signed them to the contract first, and then they wouldn't even have to worry about it. And oh, maybe it was they did. Maybe they signed them to the contract, and they didn't want to like once it ran out, they didn't want to like renegotiate. Maybe it was something like that.
See that little townhouse? You see that little townhouse? They trying to make that nigga pay 20 bands a month. What the fuck? Or get a percentage of myself. What the fuck? Like Max is such a good nigga. He just, yeah, bro, I just wanna. And now niggas like Max look crazy, look like ego now niggas. No, that shit not cool though. Like niggas taking shit on the chin, making him look like this nigga the ego monster.
Credit.
Nigga,
Is this dude reliable?
free bands. He's allowed to say whatever he wants as he feels. But as y'all know, I signed the FaZe in 2024, so at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
he said he signed, so it had to be some type of deal.
there's certain things I can and can't say.
Now, this is one of the
Oh,
only
he talking about he
things in the
signed like the
situation that I
NDA.
don't understand. Max is living in a giant mansion in LA, likely worth over $100,000 per month after things like utilities, water, electricity, Wi Fi, all that.
Hmm.
We have to keep in mind they're living in a content house as well, so shit's getting damaged all the fucking time. But going back to the main point, he has an entire guest house basically to himself. And also, with FaZe helping fund so much of his other contents, mainly last content like the first FaZe subathon, I really don't think that it's that big of a
So
deal
I feel like they.
pay at least a little portion of the rent. And also, we all know he's definitely making enough to afford it. However, he ultimately decided to leave FaZe and go on his own solo journey, as we all know.
Yeah, I don't know why that's so crazy
It's time for me to man up. If I want to be what I one day want to
to
be
pay rent.
and plan on being, I gotta be on myself, no matter what happens to me or what might try to do. So out of these moments, I was really questioning, and I think I made a decision, especially after this, where I'm like, what am I gonna do here? I can't be here no more. And I honestly didn't think I was gonna leave as soon as I did, but it was on some shit like, bro, I gotta make this decision sooner or later, man.
After Max left FaZe, everyone was saying how he was going to fall off. And I'm gonna admit, even I would make some predictions on my videos related to that. However, the transition seemed
Was that a real
smoother than
tweet?
anyone thought it
Or maybe
would.
he was
Sure,
trolling them.
right as he left FaZe, his viewers would dip significantly. However, they would jump right back up as time went on, and people's opinions on Max falling off completely switched up. Well, except for FaZe
Yeah.
Banks. After everyone left the team, Banks would be quick to
Let
throw
me see. I have nothing to do with what's going on at FaZe Clan right now. I left 4 months ago and have moved on with my life. Unfortunate to see, wishing everyone involved the best. If there was anything I can do to help, I'm here. Nobody loves FaZe more than me. Oh, what's that thing
himself in
genuine?
the conversation, making a tweet
He should have
stating,
thrown him a
"I have
bone though.
reported
Like, hey,
what's
I'm
going
leaving.
on at
Y'all need to
FaZe
be
Clan
leaving
right
too.
now. I left
Which I
4 months
mean, maybe he
ago and
did.
have moved
They
on with
did
my
leave.
life. Unfortunate to see. Wishing everyone involved the best. If there's anything I can do to help, I'm here. No one loves FaZe more than me." And then he would make a video regarding the situation, talking about Max leaving and saying some pretty disgusting things about him.
I just watched some clips from this Black Boy Max stream where he's playing a laugh track over my tweet, and it's like, Max, I know we've had like our individual differences, and I know I haven't really seen eye to
Is
eye.
he talking about that tweet that I just read?
Truthfully and honestly, I find you guys all to be
Why he play a
incredibly
laugh track
emotional.
over?
I find you guys all to have insane egos, and I think it's disgusting. It makes me sick to my stomach that your guys' relationships with each other and with every other streamer and your community included is so
Oh,
incredibly fake. You guys are the best actors on planet Earth, and you've made a complete career out of all of it. That's the
damn.
boys. These are the same guys that said they fucking hated your guts after you left, and you're the program, you have an ego the side, you think you're Travis Scott and this and that. And also, like Max, multiple conversations about how Rob was
Dang,
coming
he
to
putting it
LA.
all out
Like, you
there.
guys didn't fuck with the dad. None of you guys fucked with Lacey or Jason in the beginning. You guys didn't want these guys to live anywhere near you. You barely wanted to share a brand with them. But FaZe was going to fund the Miami House for you, Rage, Silky, and Kason. So fuck it. We'll take what we can get. And then it all worked. And we forced this relationship. And I was called a fucking retard then, and I was told then I was ruining FaZe. And now 2 years later, it wound up being the best thing that ever happened. So you understand why I'm sitting here and I'm frustrated.
Initially, he was the person.
Now that was a lot that he just laid on there, but now I can kind of understand the laugh track because when I read that tweet, I said it seemed sincere. Maybe Max knew he was being fake because, like, normally it's something like when you're a person that don't like to get into drama and none of it's certain ways you will go, but he just went straight to like, yo, I'm about to just go in on them, or maybe it just might have been his problem, but no, because he said all the phase guys, he just started laying out everything. He ruined his whole tweet. Like if he'd have just, if Max would have did what he done, and maybe people would have made assumptions. If Max would have did what he done, and like the laugh emoji and stuff, and he would have never responded, he would have still been kind of looking like in the wrong. He was saying like, "Yo, I love FaZe. If you guys need help, I'm here. I've been gone 4 months ago, so he don't have anything to do with it. Like I don't understand. Like, he should just kept it at that." And he got on the internet and just started spilling everything.
Person basically glazing all the new members of FaZe whenever they first joined, all the way up until he ultimately left the team. Also stating that he himself went into debt after buying back FaZe and helping get it back on its feet.
Oh, maybe that's why he mad.
Singular dollar outside of my
Hold on, wait. These guys had free housing, free filmers and staff, all FaZe channels, 0% income shared. Their money and platform all skyrocketed after meeting me, but I'm the bad guy. None of it makes sense. And like I said above, I'm going to get into all the details tomorrow. Oh, he trying to recoup on what he lost. Like, is he the guy that's over it? So was he the one paying free, like paying their bills and all this stuff? Cause it seemed like he's like the head guy or something like that. Oh, no, 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 yeah, but like I was saying at the beginning, I think they did say that. Also, when he left 4 months ago, he gave it to someone else. But I don't understand why he mad though. Cause it seemed like he transferred the debt to the other guy, and then when it like the other guy was like making decisions and stuff, like maybe they're gonna talk about that in a minute. But I don't understand why, like he's saying free housing, free, like he was the one that maybe he was, yeah. Cause even if he was the one doing it at first, it seems like he left and gave it to the other guy or something like that. Or maybe he was probably still like an acting like CEO or something like that. He just like stepped away out of the image and let him run it. I don't know.
salary via FaZe. Not selling it, not buying it, raising money. I've just put myself further and further in debt. Yeah, I think FaZe to acquire and all the costs for these guys' careers over the last 2 years, I think ballpark 40 million bucks. And I think
Ooh.
probably collectively these guys have had to have probably made like 20 million in the last 2 years collectively, I would guess. And not $1 of that 20 million has ever gone back to FaZe. Never mind me. I would hope anyone watching could sit here and understand why I would be frustrated while a fucking entire hate mob is coming after me on fucking Christmas, my first Christmas without my mom, when all I've ever fucking
Oh
wanted to
man,
do
he
is
lost
for
his
FaZe
mother.
to be successful. That's all I've ever wanted to do.
Like he just said he lost his mother. So maybe that's why he crashing out like this. Like that's a lot of emotion to deal with. Then people blaming you for something like that. But it seemed like he gave them the money, so they had free everything. Just the okay. I see what happened. So he gave them free everything to build them up, and then I guess once they got to a certain point, they have to pay 20%. But they are big. See, that's the thing about, like, honestly, that's just a bad business move by him. That's the thing about streaming. Like it would seem like once you get to a certain point, like they probably were like, "Yo, we don't need FaZe." But you would think it would be something that they would have at least a little bit of their percentage would already be going back into FaZe, like so they can get their money for at least some of it. So they let them do all this, and then see, like with streaming, all you have to do is go live. Like once they've got big enough, and then they even had a blueprint because Max left, his numbers dropped, and it went back up. So they had a blueprint print on how to do it or what could happen if they leave FaZe. Yeah, that just seemed like a bad business move on him. He should have had them under contract in the beginning.
That's the only intent. Where's the money? I'm this fucking guy who's trying to take everything from everybody. Where is it? And why the fuck am I millions of dollars in debt? Where is it?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you why that was a bad business move. You should have had them under contract in the beginning. That way, they would have been more appreciative of FaZe because they would have been given 20% in the beginning. Even if their amount grew, they still would have been given 20%. You probably could have recovered some of your money. And then even then they would have been it'd have been a process they've been used to. They probably would have just re-signed again for like for like the other 20%. But you do run a risk. Yeah, you do got a point. Because in the beginning, if they weren't as big or if they didn't make enough money to match these expensive, then he would have had to come out of pocket. But apparently, he's saying that they did at least start. Yeah, they did start making some money. So I guess, hmm, yeah, that is tricky because 20% in the beginning probably wouldn't have gave him nothing. Yeah, 20% in the beginning wouldn't have gave him anything. So yeah, mm-hmm. But still, you probably still should have had him on the contract.
It's in Blackwood Max's bank account. It's in fucking Silky's bank account. It's in Jason, Ronaldo, Lazy's bank account. I wish this never happened. I wish that I never did any of this.
You should just wish you
Exactly
would signed
right.
him
But at
in the
this point,
beginning.
it seemed like was really no right or wrong side of the situation. The FaZe management were wrong, the owners were wrong, and the ex members were also wrong. But it seemed like with these members leaving, the most probable reason was to protect their money, their careers, their brands, everything like that. Even though they obviously can't talk much about it, that was the most probable reason. But in any situation, whenever there's money involved, it's extremely hard to get out of it, especially when you've been a part of this group for over a year, building your careers with all of these people around you to a degree which you never even thought was possible. FaZe Rain would even make a story about the situation, taking Banks' side and hinting at the fact that even he knew the stuff that was going on with FaZe. One day you will realize everything on the internet is fake. The people fake. Friendships fake.
Mm.
Intentions fake. The stories fake. Loyalty non existent. I had a silver hope that there were some good ones out there when I realized that even the good ones were only good when they benefit. I knew I didn't belong in this industry and environment. On top of this, one of the stock owners of FaZe Clan.
So maybe it ain't because of like money. It seems like it's a little bit deeper that they can't talk about. I don't think did have anything to do with money. Maybe that would have been one point, or maybe that's what is it, the straw that broke the camel's back. But it seemed like it's a little bit deeper than that.
And the co-founder of DraftKings, Matt Kalish, would state that the current structure of FaZe is unsustainable. He gave influencers who operated from a multi-million dollar mansion the option
Mm-hmm.
to go independent or sign deals to Hardscope, which, if you guys don't know, is a massive content agency that will likely also take a large percentage of their revenue. And that was
Mm.
likely the deal that they were trying to get the FaZe members to sign under. Kalish would also state that my best guess is that they're all good kids and have a lot of people under their ear and are confused. He has put $10 million into the group over the past 18 months. And if we're being honest,
Mm.
if they aren't taking
That is a
any
lot.
percentage of the revenue these creators signed under them are making, there's no way they're making any sort of profit whatsoever. So, with FaZe essentially vanishing into thin air after they lost every creator they had, this would make many people wonder if the FaZe streaming group was planning on creating a new group on.
Uh, I still don't understand, like, because he just said like he gave them the option go independent or sign under whatever the hard scope, which I guess was the management of FaZe. So they chose to go independent. Like that was one of the options he said he laid out for
Under a
them.
different name. No contracts or anything, just a group of friends making a fuck ton of money and
So I don't
making
understand
profits.
why is Banks
I'm
mad.
not in the loop, but if they're all saying they're leaving FaZe Clan, it got to create a new world. Right. My brain is going immediately to that.
Yeah, that's another thing. They can create their own where they don't have to do that.
Got to be a new
They
world.
don't have to pay 20%.
Something obviously happened. Obviously, their thought was we're gonna continue.
Lace's brother. Oh, okay.
We're just gonna
They
start
kind of look alike.
our own thing together without FaZe.
Even though it seemed like everything was over
I
at
mean,
one
that seems the
point,
logical
couldn't
thing
be
to do.
further from the truth. Banks would post another video the very next day regarding the situation, exposing text messages that Max sent him over the past year, and showing how Max wasn't only looking up to Banks as a mentor, but also constantly telling him the regret he had for leaving FaZe, which is extremely sad to hear considering what Max.
I hate when people post messages like that was a private conversation between you guys. But is this old? Cause didn't he left like a while before the other ones did. So I don't understand why is it coming now? Like why he coming down on Max now when this happened a long time ago? And I can understand why he would have regrets. He left, his viewership went down, and then it started to build back up. Like, yeah, he probably had regrets, but I don't think he was to the point to where he was like, you know, like because it his viewership went back up. Like that's normal when you make a decision that big that you have like second. If you don't second guess it, you're an idiot. Like why would you not second guess it? And then it seems like he confided in Banks, but Banks was like, "Yo, I'm gonna use this." Nah, that's kind of crazy.
Max said about him in this video. And Banks would make it clear in his own video that this was taking a major toll on his mental health. Max would once again go on social media to make a post regarding the situation. I respected Banks, and after I left FaZe, Banks would call me and tell me I needed him and my career was falling off. He took advantage of the fact that I was depressed and in the hospital. At one point, I let all the calls get to me and I asked to rejoin FaZe. But I.
Now, listen, Banks was probably like, "Yo, I gotta recoup this money. Like I need all of y'all back in here." So, but that is crazy taking advantage of him because he was depressed. He was in like a mental hospital, or did he just get injured? Yeah, I mean, natural to second guess. Cause I mean, I'm assuming that group was super big. Cause I used to see their clips all the time. Like, so I'm pretty sure they were like heavily influenced on like social media. So I don't know.
I kept going, and in November, I was introduced to a manager who helped me realize that a lot of the things he told me were lies. And since
Ooh.
leaving, I've worked on bigger guests and brains, and have a 2026 plan that is bigger than anything I've ever accomplished so far. However, it wouldn't only be Max
Oh
trying to
man,
speak out
that's a
against what
good
Banks
clap
was
back.
saying about them. A few hours after this, all the ex phase members would go,
This is what I want to see. I want to see what they got to say. Cause Max left a long time ago, and it seemed like it's just him and FaZe Banks, the ones that are into it. I don't know about these guys, because if FaZe Banks was gone, their issue probably was with management. But I don't know. It seemed like he mad at them too when he was calling them ungrateful and all this other stuff. So I don't know.
live to talk about the situation, to express that what Banks was saying about them were complete lies, and that they were also planning on continuing to be a content group as predicted, just not under the FaZe name.
A week ago, we all stopped streaming during the last day of our marathon that we were doing. We didn't really like. I know a lot of people thought, oh, we're trying to make this a joke or whatever. It's never been a thing. There's a lot of stuff that's happening. Obviously, it was in our best intention to leave FaZe Clan. So all the speculations that like, oh, this is like an announcement. Uh, this is something that we planned. This was
It's
not
funny. I ain't never seen him really kind of
really
like
some things that we said in
serious.
terms and
I mean, everything that Ron said is true. The main thing I wanted to let y'all know is because seeing everyone leave online,
I like FaZe Adapt though.
obviously it was crazy.
I see his
A lot
stuff a
of
lot.
what is happening behind the scenes.
I see all them
And
stuff a
what
lot.
I will add to that is that nothing is going to change from the viewer's perspective, from the chat's perspective, with our dynamic. We are all still rocking with each other. We're all staying together. Me, Ron, Lacey, Jason, Silky, Kason, Ray. Like we're all still doing our thing collectively and working on our own thing.
It must be hard trying to think of a name to go with that's gonna hit. I feel like FaZe is a, I don't know.
Over here doing
Seems
their
like it's a
solo
cool
thing, over here
name.
doing their solo thing. We're all
Like to be
still
have backing you.
everything we were doing before, not underneath those four letters anymore.
Oh man, there's some
And
NDAs, not the four
me,
letters.
I think I love it more than everyone else, but I feel like it had to be done. It was too much back and forth and too much stress over the months. A lot of things you guys don't know about, and I do think that this will be for the better. And that's really what it is. Yeah.
one of the biggest things that we wanted to make sure adding on to
It's
that
weird seeing all of them like serious because I always see them like playing around and trolling each
a
other.
lot of speculations. Okay, are they gonna split? They all gonna go on their solo, whatever it might be. Are they gonna make another group? We don't have any plans on anything right now besides just staying together and just making content.
Overall, let me know what you guys think about this situation. It really is sticky, and truly, there's no right or wrong side to it. If anything, they're both wrong for certain reasons, and they're both right for certain reasons. But let me
I
know what
don't
you
even know
guys
if they
think about
wrong for
this
certain reasons because we
below.
didn't
Like I
get
said,
any
never taking
reasons.
the FaZe Banks
Like
side.
everything was
Also,
kind of
Banks blocked my
close.
bitch ass on Twitter. And if you like and subscribe for more videos just like this, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy Janky, and I'm out. Over the past few
All right. Yeah, I didn't get much on this as far as like I guess because they can't because they're under NDA, so they can't really speak on it. But it would seem to me Banks and Max had their little beef, but he left a long time ago, and I think Banks was just under the pressure because then he just started spilling about everything between all of them. But the way he was talking about them, I don't know if he's was he still management. That's the thing. If was he still part of the management aspect of it? Because he said he left, but he might have just stepped down and gave management to the other guy. Either or, it's a sad situation. I know I used to see a lot of their clips all the time. So leaving that group, but again, he probably should have signed him from the beginning. It would make more sense to sign him in the beginning, help him blow up, and then you'll recoup your money. Not wait till they get big. I guess maybe he thought they were gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, we're grateful. But at the same time, you like 20% now is probably 20% now may be way more than the expenses that FaZe originally paid them. They should have just gave them a lump sum of money and was like, yo, you're gonna pay 20% of your earnings. until you recoup, like the guy said 10 million, but I don't know, Banks said something like 40 million. He should have just had them sign it till they recoup the 10 million or 20 million, whatever it is that they put them in, and then let them like lower the percentage, like we'll give back 5% of our earnings or 2% of it after they recoup the money that they spent in order to make them so big. Because now they're this big and you ask for 20%, which maybe depending on how long that contract is, if they contract for like 3 years, they might be getting paid. They might be overpaying FaZe, paying 20% of all their earnings. So I can kind of see where they're just like, nah. But I feel like that's something that you can negotiate too. Cause I know it's what I think Adapt. Somebody said they were in there for 14 years. Like I feel like that's something that they could have negotiated to where they wouldn't have to leave. But I don't know. It might be some other stuff too. Cause it seemed like they were hinting that it was some behind the scenes stuff, not just about the 20%, but it was a lot of stuff going on that is the reason why they wanted to leave. But if you have more context and can give me more context about the whole situation, comment below. You also can comment below on what videos you want me to react to. I'll try to get to all of them with whoever comments and stuff like that. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Bye.